So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. Alright, let me silence my phone so I don't hear myself talking. There we go. Now, this is going to look a lot different than when we were in here last because I had actually lost my map was corrupted. So fortunately I did lose everything I was working on. I couldn't save it. So I decided to set the heck with it and we're going to just start over. So we are very, very basic right now. Getting the initial road system in. And then just really, really roughing it in right now, just getting the road system in and then getting some of the mountains and stuff started. I'll just continue with this view, I guess. I don't want to push this mountain out too far. But I want to clear the dirt back off of the road. Or off the bridge. So again, we're just really, really rough right now getting started. So let me, I need to move this river because it's going to be in the way of the bottom road. So I'm going to fill this in real quick. And then we'll continue some mountains and some roads. So we just take this up to like 300. And we're going to move that anyway, so. And then, crap, what's my bottom height? Okay, didn't like that. What's my bottom height? Control R. There we go, 105.1. Yeah, that works. So let's just fill this back in for now. And we'll move it later. Farm Chick 63, good morning. I hope the volume is okay because I had a Streamlabs update and I don't know how bad it's messed up my settings. But we are starting over on the 16x non-islands map because my i3D, my map got corrupted and I couldn't save it. So I said the heck with it, and I'm starting over. So this is going to look very much different, which is okay because the other map was looking too much like the islands map anyway. So I'm expanding the top of the mountain. So the center mountain is going to be a lot larger, and then it's going to go down into a valley, and then a river, and then back up. So the outside of the map is going to be the same height as the center of the mountain, so it really is going to be a valley. Therefore, it can keep the name Ritchie Valley. So this is looking ugly. It's very, very rough. We're just getting the land heights in, very, very rough, and we're roughing in the road system. So the only thing I got in so far was on the top of the mountain. I've got one bridge heading, what would this be? I guess west. And then we're going to have it'll connect up. So there'll be one loop around the outside of the map. So from the top of the mountain, there's going to be one bridge going north, south, east, and west, and then a loop around the outside of the map, and then there'll be a couple roads down in the valley. But what I want to do today is continue this section of road. So today's going to be pretty much all roads and mountains. It'll take me a couple days to get the road system in and to rough the terrain back in. But yeah, I definitely, the i3D got corrupted and I couldn't save it. So I said the heck with it and just decided to start over. Just give it a map a whole new look rather than it looking like the islands. And I decided to make it look more like, well, function more like Ritchieville, where everything's going to be place your own. So there's only the basics will be built in. So let's go to subtract. We'll get rid of some of this grass on the roads as we go. So today is going to be all just roads and bridges and terrain heights. So pretty boring the first couple days. I don't know how my settings were going to be because I had a Windows update, I had a Streamlabs update, I had a driver update, I had a antivirus update. So I had no idea what I was expecting when I came back on today. Never boring. I always learn something with it, and I wouldn't call me a master. I just like to come in here and putz around. Let's get rid of some more grass. I have my older copy of what was going to be the valley map that I can pull, like the mining out of, I can pull the rock crushers and stuff out of. But I pretty much lost like 3 days worth of work. Alright, now, before I go too much further, we're going to have to, yeah, we'll tee off in that direction here shortly. Get a couple more straight bits in. Yeah, the road system, this is, even for me as a builder, this is like super boring. Grass is always in the way, so let's get rid of some more grass. How much further? Let me get 2 more sections in. Or 1 more, and we'll pull a T down and see where we want to go. T junction. Let's pull. I hate when I grab the wrong thing. Alright, slide you down. And then where do we want to come across? We want to come across about, it's not too far, about there. So maybe one more section we'll put the T in. That works. And then, all right, before I go any further, got to fix part of this mountain. All right, so we are on, let me leave it on subtract for now. And get you a bit bigger, so let's take this down a little bit. And we'll try and get some of the mountain rough back in. And we'll fine tune this later. I just want to get some of it roughed in where we can get, oh, stop. We can get the roads in. And we will fix it later. We'll make it look more pretty later, I should say. Oh, come on, then, mouse, you don't want to click today. I reach max height on this. I've reached max height on the map. Maybe that's my problem. We've reached max height on the map. I may have to lower this whole top section down. Alright, so let's erase some of you. Yeah, that's max height on the map, so that's going to be a problem. Well, maybe not. We'll just can't make the mountains any further than that. Alright, now let me come down here and grab, because it's at the perfect height. So let's grab this first section going up. Duplicate that. And then I'm going to duplicate this top section where it meets the upper level. And then I think these are just at a 15% angle. Yeah, minus 15, minus 15, minus 90, and 0. Alright, so let's grab this first up section. Let's get you lined up. Where's my... And we'll start going up about... Well, I built the last one coming down, so let's try and get it lined up a little bit coming down. So let me grab my down section, and we'll get it lined up. Oh, this one I'm going to have to build the other way. I'm going to have to build this one from the bottom up and not the top. Last time I built from the top down and it was much easier. But we'll have to adjust this because I want to keep everything perfectly lined up. So you were minus 90, minus 15, minus 90, minus 15, no, minus 15, minus 90, minus 15, let's go back to 0. No, we gotta go 15. There we go. And then we just start building this up. I'm going to probably have to adjust these several times to get them right. How's our height? A little bit of a gap. Yeah, a little bit of a gap, so I'm going to bring him down. Alright, that looks about right. Now once I get my heights correct, we'll push this whole thing back. Or pull the mountain out, one of the two. One more and then we'll pull the whole thing down. Now let's grab this guy and let's get him where I want him. It's going to be so hard to line up. Let me try and get the stripes. Alright, so my height is 206, so let me get the stripes lined up and then we'll bring him back down to 206. Alright, so he goes there. Now let me go back to 206. Now puts him where I want him. There we go. Now we start building back down the mountain. Let me get rid of some of this for now, and we'll put it back in a couple minutes. want this one, and we'll build ourselves back. And we're still not lined up right. So you have to come over. Oh no, hold on. You have to come up. Sassy one, good morning. Very nice to see you on here again. Well, thank you. We are pretty much. I had to toast the. I'm having a hard time getting these roads lined up today. The other map we were working on, the other 16x map, which was going to be Ritchie Valley. I had actually, the i3D got corrupted and I couldn't save it. Something's just not quite lining up right. Okay, so you're still too tall. So you've got to come back down a little bit. There we go. Now you're lining back up the way I want you to line back up. So we are starting with a fresh build on what's going to be the new Ritchie Valley map. If I can get the road system done. Which right now this just looks like a hot mess, but it won't be a hot mess for long. Alright, so let's bring some of this down. We'll make it look pretty later. Just want to rough some of it. I just want to get this road roughed in, and then we'll make it look pretty. So the map's definitely going to have a whole new look to it. So it was looking too much like the Islands map anyway. Alright, so let's try and get you lined up now. And now we've got just a height. I think that got rid of the gap. So let's bring. I hate working in these mountain cuts, but only way to get the road system in. You now need to come down. And now you're too low, so let's bring you up. Back a little bit more. Now you're still too low, I think, yeah. there. Oh, still too low. Alright, let's get rid of that gap. There we go. Alright, so there. It's so hard to get the right camera angle. So let's get rid of some more of this mountain. And again, we're going to have to put a lot of the mountain back to get it the way I want it. But I just want to get the road in and then we'll work around it. Alright, cool. So we can probably go. Am I going to need one more angle? I am. Oh, I think I had a 50 at the bottom. Let me go back and look at the other road. Just take you down a little bit. Yeah, 100 is going to be too long. Let me go get a shorter road section. Let me go look at the other road real quick. My other ramp. I think I had a 50 at the bottom instead of a big piece of 100. What are you? Yeah, you're a 50, so I need to duplicate you. And we'll bring you over. So, yeah, so when I lost the, when the i3D got corrupted, I said the heck with it, and I just said I'll just build a whole new map. And I've got a couple ideas I want to try with this map. So why are you not lining up? You should be like at the perfect height. So let's go 0. No. Undo that. Oh, here, 180. Why are you not lining up right? Oh, there we go. Now I can go to 0. And you should be at, no, you're still wrong. 15? No. Minus 15? No. Why are you not lining up right? You've got to come down at this angle. Oh, here, minus 15. Why do you not want to cooperate? You should be at 180. You should be at 180. And you should be at minus 15. No, you're still wrong. So you're at 0. Hold on, let's start this over. Let's go 0, 0, 0. Let's get you lined up. And then it's got to angle down. Right, so you have to stay at 0. So 180 minus 15 is what, 165? Now you should line up. Yeah, that's looking better. Let's lined up with the edge of this one. And you're still a little high. There we go. I think that closed the gap. Alright, so you I don't need, so you can get deleted. And I don't think I need you either, so you can get deleted. Now our bottom section should fit in here. And the whole thing is going to be off. So let's start over. Let's bring this road back, make sure we're lined up straight. That's why this is why 90% of the maps out there are flat, because it's these road ups and downs and terrain heights are a pain. Chef, hello. Sorry about, yeah, I definitely corrupted the, I know what it was, but I didn't back up I usually back up my map when I'm done working at the end of the night, and I zip it up and I move it to my external hard drive just in case something weird happens. I have a backup, but I was tired and I got lazy and I didn't back up the map for like 3 days when I was working on the other version of this map. And I went to open it up in the editor and it just crashed, and I figured out what was corrupting the yeah, we're way off for some reason and I don't know why. So I did figure out what was corrupting the i3D, but I had lost like 3 days worth of work. So I said to heck with it. Alright, so let's take you back to 0 and 0. And when I did get my map back up, and I lost everything I had done on the mining, and I lost like 2 days of putting roads in. So I said to heck with it, and I'd start over with a whole new look. So it doesn't look anything like the islands map. Alright, so now let's try and line this road up. So now I want my up section. Yeah, I want my up section. So you get lined up here. And then you should line up. Now I can line this up with this road. Get my darn camera at the angle I need it. It's so hard to get the bug where I want it. So now let's take this section and try and get this section lined up. still got a gap. So now my up section has to come out a little bit. And now this section can come back down towards me. And over this way a little bit. Now I think we're lined up, and I think the gap is gone. Yes, that'll work. Now we can line up the rest of our road sections and redo the mountain. So you can now come over and back. And then you can come over. Yeah, I figured the house was semi-quiet today and the Wi-Fi seemed to be behaving. So now you are my down. You can come over. And now we should be all lined back up. And then you are going to be the perfect height for the top of the mountain. So now here comes the scary part. Alright, so now we go back to, we do a quick save. Surveyor's error. Well, now we got to make the land fit the road. As soon as it's done saving. And then blend. Like I said, this mountain is just really, really rough for now. It's going to get, there's a lot of work to do on it, but we're going to, so let's go back to replace. I want to get the road system roughed in first. So let's smooth you back out. You are definitely too tall now. So let's get you back to there. So let's go down to like 175. And then we'll go back to 206 for a minute, just to fill that gap in. And then I'm going to go down to like 150. Nope. Let's go back to 175. Bring this out a little bit further. I'll go down to 150. And then I'll go to like 125. Right where my mountain needs to start going up. So go back to 150. All right. Something like that. Now let's take sort of blend our mountain back in. And I may have to just take this whole thing down and start to get it blended the way I want it blended in, but let me take my strength down a second. So I want to take some of this out where it got too high. I'm going to take some of this out where it got too high. And we can just start filling it back in. Blend it back across. Alright, so that, now this end I'm going to pretty much, we're going to go back to, let's go back to 206 and let's get this part level so we can make it look better. Now we can take this up. Now we can come back over here and make it look like it's a lot smooth and blended in. Those last two. Yeah, terrain height adjustments this is the part that I absolutely hate doing. It's so hard to make the mountains look good. Now, let's get, I still don't like that hump in there, so let's knock you down a little bit more. Let's go back to subtract. Alright, that's looking a little bit better. Now I can get the rest of this blended back in. Now let's knock a little bit smaller. So let's knock this back down. There we go. That gets me roughly where I want to start. So now the fun begins. Let me click off of that so it's not highlighted. I can actually see better. So now we painstakingly slowly take the mountain back down where the road's going to be. And then we'll come back and fine tune it. Let me go up on my strength. We'll take this down a little bit quicker. We'll come back and fine tune it. But yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be, until we get the entire road system in, it's going to be a lot of just this. Back up on the strength, and then we'll knock some more of this down. But I got like 2 more of these to do, going from the lower level to the upper level. Take my strength back down. Sassy one, you have a great stream. I have an afternoon date with my mom. Oh, okay. Watch it later. Thank you. Have fun. Sorry, when I'm doing a lot of terraforming, I forget to look over at chat. Nice, up a little bit more. I want to take it down, but I don't want to take it down too quickly. And if I don't like it when we go in game, I'm going to come back here, scrap the whole thing, and start over. Which I had to do twice already on the other on the other ramp going from the lower level to the upper level. We're going to have to go up on the strength a little bit more. Knock this down a little bit quicker. Now we can start to fine tune. Grab a quick sip of coffee. Yeah, this is probably why my mouse is wore out. It's a lot of just click and click and click. And then we'll worry about textures later, after we get everything roughed in. Knock this down a little bit. I don't like that gap in the road. I'll go down and look at that road here in a second. I think there's a gap there. Oh, maybe not. side's going to come down some. A lot of times what I end up doing is I end up throwing an extra light in here, and then I just remove it later. And that just helps me see. So it's a lot of adding terrain, subtracting terrain, smoothing it back out. To get the road edge where I want it. TAYLOA 23, hello, thank you for stopping in. We are doing a lot of road building and terrain editing today. And I can't really show you what's going on until we get this section of road finished. And then we'll go for a ride. So unfortunately, we're going to have like 2 or 3 days of just this until we get all the roads back in. I don't like that hump in here. Let me take some of this out. We're getting there. Let me take some of these bigger humps out, and then we'll go back and fine tune. So let me get some of this down. And get some of this edge knocked down a little bit. Now I go back down on my strength. painstakingly get the road edge where I want it. Fill this in so I can smooth it out. Get this filled back in real quick and then we'll smooth it back out. Like I said, you just ignore the mountains for now. They're just really, really rough till I get the road system in, and we'll go back and smooth out the mountains and fix them. And then everything gets built off of the road system. Alright, how does that look? A little bit rough here and there. Let's see if we can give it a quick smooth. Yeah, I'm probably going to hate this in game and come in and trash the whole thing and redo it, but we'll see. And it'll look different once we get the mountain textures on it also. So let's get rid of this extra light. Let's give this a quick save. And we'll see how bad it looks once we get in game. And I need to, oh, there we go. So I need to check on my stream because I think my phone is frozen, but I think I'm good. Before I build any more, let's go. Let's open you up. Let's jump in here and go for a quick ride. And I gotta find a better picture for the loading screen because I want something with a picture like a valley rather than flat. So this picture is definitely gonna change. Oh, sorry about that. My sinuses are absolutely just killing me today. Alright, the vehicle shop is not going to stay here. I just haven't moved it yet. It's actually going to be on the top of the mountain. So let's head up to the top of the mountain. We'll go over the first bridge. And we'll see what those roads look like. That picture does look good though, farm check. Yeah, I don't know, it may stay. I'd rather find something with like a picture of a valley. Still to do with farming, but more of a valley than flat. So like I said, ignore all the terrain, ignore the textures, ignore the grass. It's just really just rough. So the vehicle shop's going to be up here on the top of the mountain. Try and zoom out as far as I can. So this is the first bridge I got in. And it's going to head across the valley to the other mountain. And there's going to be 4 of these bridges. One going north, one east, south, and west. And then the hot air balloon is now too low, so I've got to move it. And we'll put the other hot air balloon in, like from the homestead map where you can jump in it and go for a ride. Alright, so from up here, I'm going to come out a little bit further, and then we're going to head north and south. And then from up here, it's going to look like a whole another map, like you're on top of another mountain. And then over here somewhere, if I can find it, there's another opening going down. I just don't have the road connected coming over to it yet. Oh, here we are. So the bridge will connect to this road eventually when we get to it. And then this will come down, back down into the valley on this side of the map. And then it'll just keep going straight across the entire map. And then this will be the lower road. Rob, hello. Yeah, it's been a while. I thought I'd jump on, and I spent all day yesterday updating the islands map for new fill types for future factories. Actually spent 2 days on it, and I needed a break from updates. So I still have to update the Ritchieville map and the Homestead map, which are going to take about 2 days apiece. But I needed a break from updates. Now there's going to be a road here that branches off, and then there's going to be a bridge that runs across to another road that's going to run around the bottom of the mountain. And then this one, and then this road's going to continue on back to the upper level. So I decided to scrap the ferry, so there won't be any ferry on this map, so it's going to be a complete road system. But I need the water in the middle for a fishing boat. And then there'll be another road hanging off to the right to go across the map on the lower level on this level. And now this will head, actually it's looking pretty good from in-game. So this will head back up to our upper level. Oh, I gotta change these road sections so they're not a broken line, they're a solid line. And then this will bring us, yeah, back up to this level, where we're going to go back east and west. A couple little road gaps here and there I still need to fix. I can live with this. Alright, let's go back into the editor. Ignore. Alright, there we go, back to the editor. Now, like I said, ignore the mountain, that's just really roughed in for now. So let's head over here to where our first bridge is going to be. And then all these floating piers will get fixed. I just haven't had a chance to get all these pier bottoms in yet, but they'll all get the piers eventually after we get the road system in. Now alright, that's the first bridge. Let's create a new transform group. And we will call it second. Let's cut it from there. Let's paste it into there. And let's take a start section. I'm going to duplicate that. Let's go edit, cut, and paste. And let's bring you here. And we'll get you spun around. And we'll get you lined up. Something like that. And then we'll get you here. I don't know if this is going to be tall enough to get the fishing boat under. I may have to pull the bridges out of the homestead map. So I don't think this is going to be quite tall enough. Let's get one more section in and we'll see what it looks like. Edit, cut, and paste. And let's throw you in here and see what you look like. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be tall enough. And you're definitely not. Oh, there we go. Let's just get you lined up and see what you look like. I have a feeling we're going to be pulling the bridge out of the homestead map. Let's get you lined up. So it's 0.3, 0.4, and then a height. 105. To get you closer, let's go like 1, 5, and then you can go. You gotta go to the left a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if the fishing boat's gonna fit under there. Throw one more section on. I'll import the boat and see what it looks like. Do I even have the boat in this map file? Probably not. Placeables. Train system. I don't think I have it in here. Train 05 is the fishing boat. You point to locomotive 02. So locomotive 02, are you the fishing boat? You are the fishing boat. Alright. So now I can go File, Import, Placeables, Train System, Locomotive 02, Locomotive 04. And let's see if you're going to fit under this bridge. Oh yeah. Won't get the sailboat under here, but I can definitely get the fishing boat under here. Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll definitely work. I thought these bridges were going to be too low, but we are just going to fit under there. Alright, let's continue building bridges. So the ship, I'm just going to leave the ship in the map for now. We can delete them out later. So let's continue with roads, bridges. Now let's grab another start. And we'll bring it over. get it turned around. And let's get it lined up. Alright, now I could take this same bridge and I'm going to duplicate it. We're going to just call it third. And then I'm going to get on this side. And I'm just going to roughly get it in place down here. So you gotta come back. Alright, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. So you're gonna go 197. Nope, other way. 9. So let's go 8. 5. No, 8.5. That's about right. And I can pull you back, and we can add a couple more sections to it if we need to. That'll get it roughly where it needs to be. Alright, let's get this road system over. Now I'm on another, we can go straight across. Alright, so you're going to go straight over to the bridge. Now I gotta come down on my speed. I know it's months away, but I'm still excited after that quick look. I've got a lot of surprises in store for this map. It's going to have just the absolute basics in it, like the Ritchieville map. So you're going to get the mines, the orchards, like the poultry house and slaughterhouse. But then after that, everything is going to be placeable. It's all going to be place your own. Put your own animal pens down. You're going to put your own farmhouses down. You're going to put your own sheds down and warehouses and silos down. So you're going to be able to create your own. There's not going to be a lot built into this map. I'm going to put the slaughterhouse, not the slaughterhouse, I'm going to put the vehicle shop and the animal dealer at on the top of the mountain. Alright, so that gets me close to where I want to be. So let's pull this bridge back a little bit more. Something like that. And what's nice about it, it's going to have all the fill types in it, so we'll be able to use like every factory that I'm building on this map, and they're all going to be pretty much create your own. Alright, so that gets us back to this side of the water, so we are going to have to add, let me add one more bridge section in. So let's take you and we'll slide you back, and we'll add another middle. Oh, come on, I gotta turn my camera the other way. So let's put you in here, and then we'll take this end and we'll get it lined back up. Why does that bridge not look straight? Are you all at 90? Am I off? No, I'm off. Crap. I'm going to have to redo these bridges because they're not lined up at a perfect 90-degree angle. I'm just going to throw my whole road system off. Alright, so you got to get strapped. So you're gone. Let's go back and rebuild this bridge at a 90-degree angle. I always do that. I forget to go to 90 and then the bridge is off, which throws the whole road system off. Alright, so you are at 90, but you are at, see, every bridge section's off, which the whole thing doesn't line up. So let's get rid of all of these. Delete, 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 and delete. Now let's get them all lined back up. Now, I was wondering why my bridge wasn't lining up right. And that's why my bridge wasn't lined up right, because we weren't at a perfect 90 to start with. And I think you might be just a hair too high, so let's go 1-4. That looks better. Alright, now we can bring our bridge across at a perfect 90. So if I wasn't lined up at 90, my whole road system would be off. And it wouldn't line up on the other side. Yeah, it's going to be pretty much the same concept as Ritchieville, where you customize, place everything in by yourself, customize the map the way you want it to look, put your own animal pens down, but without having to use the crazy fairies from the islands map. So we'll get the basics put back in, the mining and the slaughterhouse and the poultry house and some orchards. Alright, so now let's bring our start over. And now when I spin you around and I change you back to -90, you should line perfectly back up. There we go. Now let's try this again. So let's go, let's duplicate you, and we'll call you third, only because I have no idea why, but you're third. And then let's pull you down. And we'll get you lined back up across the water. And then you'll line up. Now you're at a perfect 90-degree coming across the water. Alright, so you're going to be let's get you lined back up. So we have to go to 8.5. There we go. That looks better. And then we'll get you pulled back a little bit more. There we go. Now we can put the extra section in, it'll line up. Alright, so let's take you, let's pull you back. Let's add one more section in. And it's going to have like real fields. It's not going to be, the fields will not be all like create your own. There'll be some sections of the map where you create your own, but we're going to have a ton of real fields in this map. And I'm going to pull this water back a little bit too to match the bridge. So there we go. So that's our second bridge. We do a quick save. Oh, well, wow, it's 11:20 my time already. I am going to throw y'all on. Be back soon. I need to take the laundry from the washer and throw it into the dryer. So give me like 4 or 5 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, let's get back in here for a little bit, and then I'm going to get out of here for lunch. So that'll get us across. Now I do want to put, because I think I'm going to knock this lower level back a little bit further. Yeah, we're going to knock this back a little bit further. Hold on. And then we're going to change up the lower road a little bit. So let's go. Uh, 104. Yeah, there we go. So let's pull. Oh, you're on subtract. Let me undo that. All right, let's go back to replace. And let's pull our strength up. So yeah, you're going to come back because you're out way too far. Because like I said, I just roughed it in just to get an idea of where I want the valley to be. So let's pull you back a little bit. Yeah, your top doesn't need to be that deep. I don't know what we'll do along the river, but we'll do something along the river. We'll figure that out as we go. Maybe a bunch of small fields, some starter fields. Alright, so let's grab let's take you and delete you out. Let's grab this T. And we'll bring you down. And then we'll spin you around going this way. And don't matter where you're going to go, you'll go in there somewhere. And let's grab a 50. And yep, that'll work. So let's get you all lined up. Take my speed down a minute so I can get down on ground level, get the height perfect. Make sure there's no gaps in the road. Alright, that looks pretty good. So now we can pull our T down, get it lined up. And then we can pull these sections back down. And now we can make you a little bit longer to go under the bridge. And then I want to grab, let's see, where do I want to bend? We can come out. Alright, so let's grab, no, you're the 50, you're 100. Let's grab you. And let's get you spun this way. And then let's grab, do I even have a 90-degree turn yet? We don't. So let's go to the old road system. Let me find a 90-degree turn. I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to cut it out of there, paste it into here. I'm going to go edit. You're going to come down here. Oh, come on. We'll get you lined up. And we'll figure out how far back we're going to go with it. Oh, here we go again. Oh, so that's that way. So let's go 0.35. And I know you're going to be too low, so you've got to come up a little bit. So let's get our height so there's no gap. Let's go 105.2. No, you may be too high at 0.2. Yeah, you're too high at 0.2. So let's go 0.16. So that looks better. So that gets rid of that gap. And that gets you lined up to where I want to go. So now let's grab this section again. We'll bring it back and we'll figure out where we want to take this road. I think I want to take this road along the water on this side of the canal. Just got to figure out where. So let's bring you back. So I want you about here. Yeah, I want you about here. So let's get you lined up about here. And we'll bring our 90 back to about there. Now I can continue this out and get it all lined up. And we got some more grass to erase because I can't even see to get the roads lined up. So let's go to subtract and let's get rid of some grass. All right. Now let's get our 90 lined up. And then we can continue down. Get rid of some more grass. Now I can get this guy lined back up. Oh, where are you? You're here. All right. All right, now hold on. So you're all dotted lines, right? Yeah, okay. Let's make sure I got the right. Nope, so you're wrong. Hold on. So you have to be a broken line. Right? Yeah, that's better. So broken line. You're all, so the last one I had all the wrong. I had an all solid line instead of a broken line. And I ended up spending like 6 hours fixing it, so it was all broken lines instead of solid lines. All right, so now we can continue you down. get the lower part of the road done, and then we'll get the upper part of the mountain done. Another day. And eventually going to come down here, probably just past this bend, and we're going to do another X probably, and then go up the mountain, and then go back across to the canal to the intersection with another bridge. Alright, now get rid of some more grass. Where do I want to put? So we're going to have an upper bridge. Before I go any further, and again, this is just really rough. This is going to change, but my road is going to come straight across here, so we'll have another bridge going straight across that way, and somewhere around here we're going to have a bridge coming back this way. So let me go a little bit further. Let me get about 5 or 6 more sections in, and I want to put a T in. Now, let me get rid of a little bit more grass. And get like 2 more sections in. About right. down a little bit further. So you lined up here, you're going to be really close to the mountain. So let me get, yeah, hold on, let me go like 2 more. Now I need a T, or not a T, an X. I don't know if I have one yet, so I may have to grab it out of the old road system. Yep, I do. So let me go to the old road system. This whole old road system is going to get deleted. Let me grab arrow X junction. Let me cut it out of there. Throw it in down here. And then I'm going to get you lined up down here. Minus 90. I'm going to fix my clip distances. Now let's get you lined up. And I know you're down too low. So let's bring you up. Go down on my speed so I can get this lined up. I think you're still going to be too low. Yep, so let's get rid of this gap. So let's go 0.2. No, all right. 2.4. No, now you're too high on this side, so 0.2. Let me just pull you back a little bit. 0.22. Alright, there we go. I think I got rid of the gap. How are you height-wise? No, you're still just a little bit too low. There we go. That gets rid of the gap. Alright, now, so you're going to continue straight. I don't know where you're going to go yet, but you're going to continue straight. Now over here, alright, so let's grab, let me come back over here. So let me duplicate you. And then let me duplicate this top piece. There we go. And now let's pull you over. Get you lined up. want a little bit of a gap. And I'm probably going to push this mountain back a little bit further. So let's go back to replace. And then let's just push this mountain back a little bit further. Yes, that'll work. So let's grab, so let's come back here. Turn you this way. And now we can take you, get you back to where you're going to start sloping up. Alright, so now we take you, and you've got to come back, and then you've got to come up at minus 165. And then we start lining you up. Take my speed down so I can zoom in, get my height right. And then we'll start going up. Why do you still not look right? Because you're still too high. All right. That looks better. So now let's go to like 150. Let's go to like 175. And then let me grab my other section. So I know about where it's going to get lined up. You get turned this way to 0. That's right, we have to, I needed a 50 in here also. Alright, so you're going to come back to 206. Now, are you lined up? You are. All right, so let's get rid of the grass. Let me go back to subtract a second. And let's get rid of all of this grass right here. All right, so you're going to come on the top of the mountain. Now I need a 50 right there. So let's get you like right here. And again, let's get you close. And then you've got to come up to minus 165. And back down my speed. And get you lined up. Did we get rid of the gap? I think we got rid of the gap. Now we can line up our, grab this guy and try and get him lined up where he needs to be. So now we take this guy, we'll make him a little bit longer. And then let's bring him, oh, this one, let's bring him back a little bit. 0.15. Nope, we were at 1.2, so I guess you're going to be about right. That's going to take us up to the top of the mountain. Now the only thing is we need so you need to be a solid line instead of a broken line. You need to be a solid line, so I can actually get rid of all these extra ones I don't need. So you are a solid line instead of a broken line. And then same thing, you are solid line. Okay, am I not on the, oh, that was the wrong one. All right, hold on. So you, I want you. All right, now you, there we go. Why are you, oh, this one. All right. All right, so you are solid line instead of a broken line. And same thing with you. You are a solid line instead of a broken line. Now let's fix our mountain. So now we can go, let's go back, okay, so now let's go back to replace, and let's go, so top of the mountain would be about here. And then let's come down to like 175. Too far. Ooh. I have to come up a little bit further. Alright, so you're going to come to about here. I'll bring my 206 back. Alright, so let's go back to 206. And then let's bring this across. Yeah, that'll work. So let's go back to 175. That'll work. And then let's go to 150. This height back a little bit, and then let's bring it out to about there, and then let's go, oh, alright, so now let's go to 125, and then I can take this back. Yeah, probably even a little bit further. Alright, so my 125 level is going to come across about here. And then we can go to back to 150. And then back to 175. Yeah, something like that. Now we start blending it all back in. Sharp edges off of it first. And then let's go, let's zoom in a little bit. Alright, so now let's get mountain roughed in. I don't like those last three. Just back that up. There we go. One more. These terrain changes are my, I absolutely hate building mountains. and then getting them to blend in. After they're roughed in is even worse. So now let's go down on the circle to another size. And we'll get rid of some of these sharp lines. All right, and we'll blend it in with the rest of the mountain. After we get our, after we get it all cut back out. All right, so now let's take it, my strength down. And let's come back to subtract. Now we can start bringing this down. And again, painstakingly get our road cut back in. So let's come up on the strength so we can cut this back. And eventually we'll find our road. Too far. There we go. Back down. And then we'll fine tune it later. So back up, let's get some of this major. Too far. Alright, so now let's get it a little bit closer. Let me get rid of some more grass, hold on. Get rid of this grass. Now let's go back down on my strength. definitely started going crooked. Alright, so let's go back up on the strength. And we'll knock some more of this down. Too far. Alright, so now let's go back in again and back down on the strength. And then cut this back in a little bit and we'll clean it up. We'll fine tune it later. Hey, almost at the bottom. Now we can fine tune it and make it look better. There we go. That's rough. I'm going to do a quick save. Alright, now let's get all this cleaned up. Alright. And then tomorrow, instead of working on this map, I'll finish the updates on the Ritchieville map and the Hollow map so we can get all the new fill types in for future factories. And it's probably going to take me 2 days on the Ritchieville map and another 2 days on the Hollow map to put all of the fill types in for the future factories. So I gotta add the fill types in, I gotta add all the HUDs in, I gotta add all the product into the sell points, all the product into storage, so into the warehouses. So it took me 2 days to update the islands map. You won't need the update until the factories are built, but I can't build the factories until I get the fill types in the map. Alright, so let's grab myself a light so I can see, and then we'll take the light back out when we're done. There we go. But I needed a break from updates today, so I thought I'd come in and rough in some more of the road system. Hold on, I gotta turn that. Let's get this light turned a little bit. That works better. And I get this road cut in. I'm going to get out of here for lunch for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then we'll come back in, and as long as the internet and the Wi-Fi is working decent, I'll come back in. And we'll continue with the road system. Site's going to come down quite a bit. Yeah, as soon as we get this smoothed out and this road looking good, and then we'll get out of here. I'll get out of here. Alright, so now let's turn this light. There we go. Blend it in a little bit smoother. Seems like one side of the road always goes easier than the other side for some reason. Oh, we're not even close to the bottom yet. That's right, I can't take, I'm gonna wait on the dryer yet anyway, so. And then I'll do lunch and take care of the laundry at the same time, and then come back on. Alright, hold on, let's see if we can turn this light a little bit more. Take this hump down. Bit up here. All right, that's looking semi-decent. We're getting close to the bottom. rid of some of this hump first. And what's tough about the map updates is I can't even test them because the factories aren't built yet for the product I'm adding into the maps. So we just have to hope that when I start building the factories, there's no issues with everything I'm doing to the updates to the map. Get you filled back in, and then we'll smooth you back out. Alright, so let's get rid of this extra light. And this is our third elevation change coming up to the top of the mountain, and we only got one more to do on the other side of the map once we figure out where it's going to be. And then we'll bring another road. So I'm going to get out of here in a minute. So let's duplicate you so I can know where I'm going. So let's go 0. So this road is going to continue this way. Cross the river and then hook up to the inside of the canal. And then you're going to run, we're going to cut this mountain back a little bit, and you're going to run right along the mountain on this side. Something like that. Yep. Alright, let's do a save. While this is saving, I'm going to throw y'all on ending soon. Rob, can you tell me how to get straw from all the crops? Is it a mod for that? No. It has to be built into I think it's there's 3 different places in the files that you have to add it, so the crops will drop so the crops will drop straw. You have to change the crop itself in the fruit type XML, and then you also have to change it in the not the fill type XML. You got to change it in the fruit type XML, and you have to change it. I forget. There's like 3 different XMLs that has to be changed on. If you're back on when I come on after lunch, we can search through the files, and I can see if I can find out which there's like 2 or 3 XMLs you have to change in order to get the crops to drop straw. So the homestead map. The homestead map should drop straw. Hold on one sec while this is still saving. Alright, let me get out of here a second. Hold on one sec. Let me pull up mods. Let me just bring it back a minute, and then I'm going to get out of here. So let's go to the homestead map. Let's see what I have dropping straw. I think it's the fruit types XML. And at the bottom of the fruit type XML, yeah, so down here you have to, in your fruit type converter, you have to tell it Like clover is dropping grass, rye is dropping straw, oat is dropping straw, barley and wheat is dropping straw. Um, Sorghum should be dropping. Why is it dropping chaff and not straw? Oh, forage harvester. So you can harvest soybeans, sunflower, canola. You can harvest all that into chaff. So let's say we wanted to add um, pick a crop. We want sunflower to drop straw. What you got to do is, and I can do this for the next update. We can take, so let's take this line here, copy it, paste it back in, and then we can call this sunflower. So the sunflower will drop straw. So what other crops were you looking at to drop straw on that map? And then you're going to have to add you're going to have to add, let me undo that for now, and then we'll do a complete update. Let me just delete that for now. Let me go look at the islands map, because I know the islands map is dropping. I have more crops dropping straw there. So it's the fruit type XML. So you have to add them all down here at the bottom, and you have to tell it what you want it to drop, whether it's straw or grass. But then you also have to take and you have to add the fruit type up here, and you have to tell it what to drop up here, and you have to tell it how many liters per square meter to drop straw. So for every crop you want to drop straw, you have to add it in up here, and you have to add it in down here. But you also got to be very careful you don't mess with a lot of these other settings. But the one setting you do have to change is you have to change your map color. If you don't fix your map color, then when you're in game, every crop's going to have the same color. So let's say sunflower is yellow. If you don't fix your map colors, then every crop is just the same color, like yellow. So your canola will be yellow, your poplar will be yellow. So you have to fix your map colors. You have to fix your windrow. You have to add the whole fruit type in up here, and then you have to add the whole fruit type in down here. I'm working on a homestead map update to be released this weekend. Which extra crops do you want dropping straw? And I can get it updated before I release the update this weekend. I can get it fixed. And we could do that before we jump back in this map after lunch. Just let me know what crops you want to see dropping straw. The ones how I see now. Okay, so the same as the islands map. We can get them same crops to drop straw on the homestead map. All right. When we come back in after lunch, we could definitely go ahead and do that, and then we can get that. It'll be updated for when I release it this weekend. Because you need the map update this weekend in order for the mitten factory to work, to make Bernie's mittens. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. About 45 minutes. I'll see y'all